Welcome back, guys. We're out here and I'm actually ducked down behind my truck because today is like the windiest day in the history of Carolina, apparently. There's like sustained 20 to 30 mile an hour winds out here. So trying to use the truck to block it. I have two dead cats on the microphone to minimize the noise. So we'll see. We're going to try to get it done. But what we're going to do today is not talk about wear your funny hat day, which a lot of you guys may be thinking is what's going on here with the helmet. But we're going to review this helmet. It's the Hardhead Veterans helmet, and this helmet looks obviously like a lot of other ones out there on the market, but it has a lot of cool things going on with the materials that they use, which we're going to get into here in just a second, the shape of it, the features, all that stuff. So what we're going to do now is step inside, take a look at all the different details, do a comparison with one that I know some of you guys are going to be a little bit more familiar with, and then we're going to shoot it because that's what we do here. So let's go inside, check it out, and then we're going to come back out, put some rounds into it. I think a lot of viewers watching this video want to know, how does the Hardhead Veterans compare to the Ops Core? So we have an actual Ops Core right here. They're two different sizes, so just to let you guys know, this is a large, extra large that I've been wearing here throughout the video, and then in the Ops Core, this is a medium large. Just for reference, this one here fits me pretty snug, and this one here is a little bit loose, so I'm sort of in between, I guess, with my particular head size. I wear a 7 3/8 fitted hat, if that helps you guys in terms of sizing. So there are, of course, sizing manuals and stuff like that out there, but I just kind of want to show you guys sort of how they stack up. So one of the biggest differences, if not the biggest difference, in fact, between these two products is the materials that they're actually made out of. So it's one of the reasons that this one's a little bit cheaper than this one, and one of the reasons the price is so different as well. So one thing to point out is the Hardhead Veterans is made of Dupont Kevlar. It is US made materials, and they actually ship it overseas to China to be produced. So when you're actually looking at these two here, if you take a close look, you can see that the Hardhead Veterans is a little bit thicker than the Ops Core, because the Ops Core uses a different material for their actual helmets. So there is a little bit of difference in thickness. There's also a difference in weight. I believe that this one here, when I weighed it earlier today, again for the large, extra large, is like 2.91 pounds, and then I think the medium and small is 2.7 pounds. So that's the weight on it. So the Ops Core is going to be a little bit lighter, and again uses a different material than the Dupont Kevlar, which again is US made and then shipped overseas for manufacturing. So I should also point out with that, you're going to see like a lot of helmets that are made on Alibaba and other places that are going to have suspect testing done on them. The Hardhead Veterans has all their testing online. I highly recommend checking it out because it has all their NIJ testing. It has videos of it being done and all the results in great detail for you guys to check out. So it is very well tested, and you guys can see all that data, back force deformation, performance against different rounds, multiple hits, all that stuff is all on there. So definitely check it out if you're interested in that, because that would be a 50-minute video for me to go through all that. So again, back on topic to compare these two. So what you see is that the actual straps that they use are the exact same pattern. So the pattern that's used in the Ops Core is identical. So there's a ton of different webbing systems and stuff like that out there that you guys can buy. Any of the aftermarket ones that fit the Ops Core will fit this one. There's some differences though. So like when I wear this Ops Core, the one thing I noticed about the webbing on the Ops Core, and this is the factory stuff, is that the adjusting tension adjusters here, or rather length adjusters on the Hardhead Veterans, moves faster and easier. So whether or not that's a good thing, I'll leave it up to you guys. It is quicker to adjust and faster to adjust. It takes more force here with the Ops Core one, but it's probably a little bit going to stay in place a little bit better, if you will. I've not had this one move, but I haven't done the harsh maneuvering or anything like that with this one. So that's one of the differences that I noticed. Otherwise, it's pretty similar all the way around, really. You have the foam padding up front for bump protection. You have your sweat liner. In terms of comfort, the Ops Core has a little bit more padding here in the liner than this one, but in terms of wearing it rather, it feels the same. You have your Velcro adjustments here on the inside, very comfortable. You can adjust them to fit your head however you guys want, and those go all the way around. And then the tensioning system here on the back, again with the Ops Core over here, is a little bit beefier than the one on the Hardhead Veterans, so that's definitely one place for saving some cost, but both work exactly the same. So if you want to set it to your head, you just rotate either way, and it will either loosen or tighten it down to your particular head size. So that's why you're able to sort of have a little bit of variance with the two. Again, we have the ops core on the left and the hardhead better ends on the right. It has these rail systems on both of the helmets, and actually they all fit interchangeably. So I have accessories for the ops core that fit this, and the hardhead veterans ones that came with it fit that. I should note that my dogs literally ate the accessories, so I don't have them here to show you guys, but it comes with like a 1913 accessory for mounting lights, lasers, anything like that. You can put really anything on there that you want, no issues at all. This one though does feel a little bit flimsier, just in terms of feel, and the ops core is more solid. But in terms of performance, I haven't had any issues or anything like that. We have our little clips here that can come out here, and as you guys see, can be put right back in there, and then vice versa, clipped out and then put back in. The mount that comes with the hardhead veterans is going to work with any of the standard aftermarket mounts out there, and it has the exact same pattern here as the ops core one. As you guys can see, I have a aftermarket Wilcox mount here on my ops core, and then just I think this is an old school USGI one here on the side. I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head. However, I will get that annotated down below for you guys. But either way, they are interchangeable. Again, this comes with it, and you can put any of, like if you have a Rhino mount or anything like that, you can stick it in there. But if you want to mount any of the aftermarket ones, like again this Wilcox one, which in my opinion, it's a separate video, but this is vastly superior to any of the standard Rhino mounts. So this one's just awesome and rock solid all the way around. But that's for another video. But anyway, if you want to put them on, you can. They're interchangeable with the hardhead veterans. Sitting at a distance of about 10 meters, we have in the gun here some 45 ACP. This is 230 grain ball ammo from Minuteman Munitions and the Wilson Combat 1911. This should do just fine. That's why we're starting out with the 45, nice slow moving caliber, and then we'll move up after that. So here you guys see we had the actual point of impact. It actually didn't damage the outer shell, which I kind of expected it to do. I think the 9mm will do that up next, but that's where it went in. And then you guys can see there the back face deformation. Yeah, I mean, you definitely would feel that on your head, but it certainly would feel a little better than a bullet going into it. So we're gonna put it back up there and hit it with a 9mm. The ammo here is ball 115 grain Minuteman Munitions, and it's gonna be coming out of a Chris Sphinx pistol with the threaded barrel, so a little bit longer there. Again, speed is what generally kills armor, so this round should be one of the hardest for it to stop within its caliber rating anyway. So enough yapping, let's get to shooting. So we have the 9mm entrance point right here on the side rail that you guys can see there. And then back face deformation there was really almost nothing. I'm trying to get it out in the sunlight so you guys can see that there, but not bad at all. You would probably, I mean, just have like a concussion or something like that if you took that shot. So you definitely would be doing well there with the 9mm. The helmet is rated up to 44 Magnum now. I don't have a pistol chambered in 44 Magnum, but I figured the 10mm would do just fine. So in there we have some Freedom Munitions. This is the 180 grain XTP Bullet coming out of a Glock 40 MOS. So the long slide, it'll be moving out of there for sure. We'll see what it'll do. For the 10mm, you saw it going right there at the top of the patch, guys, and actually on the side of that little crack in the outside shell, you can probably see the round sticking through, so we'll see if we can pull it out. And there you go. That is the actual round as it stopped, and you can see obviously it did not penetrate. Oops. There you go. Both sides of it there. And again, little crack in the outside shell. Back face deformation on the 10mm actually wasn't that bad. It's a smaller area that's deformed than the 45, but maybe a little bit more focused, if you will. But overall, obviously the helmet survived anything we threw at it today. Can't be mad about that. The price point's great. These are coming in under $500 at all the places we've seen it. We'll put some links down below for you guys to check it out. And overall, I'm impressed with it. You know, previous to these types of helmets, you had basically two out there. the really expensive OpsCore type stuff, which are going to run you 1,000 plus most places, and then the sort of Alibaba specials, which are $200 to $300, which are, you know, sort of questionable in terms of the materials used. But here we have the Dupont Kevlar being used, which again a little bit heavier, but obviously does well in terms of protection, and has all the abilities to mount stuff on there like any of the big boys, which is certainly good. Stops the pistol rounds, which is the most common round that most folks are going to see in like a home defense type situation. Gives you the ability to mount night vision, which is certainly good. Some folks may want to mount thermals for hunting. You have that option as well. And if you have night vision, not that you need to have night vision to have this, but if you have night vision in a home defense type scenario, I mean, you own the house. If you can sit and wait in an ambush position and wait for that bad guy to come through the door, there's about a 99% chance you're going to win that fight. So definitely it is a huge advantage. And the price point of those night vision optics are always coming down every year. And I think probably in the next 2-3 years, these are going to become more and more common options for folks who want to run a budget night vision optic, maybe an IR laser or something like that with their home defense rifle or pistol, and really own the night, if you will. So that's about it, guys. The links again for these will be down below. If you have any questions, you can also post down below in the comment section. As always, you can also post over at my Facebook page, which is generally a little bit better and easier place to get a hold of me than it is here on YouTube. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video.